Dollar Tree items. And so I went yesterday and got what I needed. I got this little thing, $1.25. I'm only going to be using the lid. Okay. Then just one of these little boxes, a candle holder, and a base. Okay. Then I got this little label on the internet. I just Googled for this this label, and if you can't tell by this, what we're going to be making is a vintage style scale using all Dollar Tree items and this free label that I got off of Google Images. I just Googled in there vintage scale face, and a ton of them came up, and I just saved the image, the one that I liked, and then that's it. I just put it into like a Word document to print it. And that was it. That's all I had to do. So, super easy. I'm going to get started. I'm going to go through this super quickly because I've got lots of stuff going on today. Stuff going on with my church and everything. So I have to get up there to help those beautiful ladies prepare for our fun stuff we've got going on this Sunday. It's our pastor's birthday, so we're doing all the fun things on Sunday, preparing for that today. And so, but I like to do my lives no matter what I've got going on. Usually I know I had to cancel a while back because we were out of state, but I'll just do a really quick project with y'all. I'm going to try to keep it to the 45 minutes. That's my goal every live, is to keep it to 45 minutes. When I do canning and stuff though, that's just completely out of the question. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Let's see. Just going, getting this. I'm using chalk paint on this. When I get quiet, it's because my brain is just going a million miles a minute. Sorry. Don't like to have dead air on here, but. So I'm using the Waverly chalk paint just from Walmart, like the off-white color. And I'm not going to worry about the bottom of it because this is just going to sit on my shelf. I'm not going to sell it or anything, but if I were going to be selling it, I would do the bottom as well. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the whole thing white, except I will be doing the bottom of this one because if I put it up on these top shelves up here, then you will likely be able to see the bottom of this part. So, get everything with a coat of paint on, and then hopefully I won't need to blow dry it. It'll just dry quickly since I'm doing just a light layer of paint. I'm trying not to go too thick with this because it's not really needed. But so I have a vintage scale up here. Let's see, right there. You can see that with the bowl on top of it. It's not really the vintage that that like goes with my decor. I'm making a mess of my hands here. It's not really the vintage that goes with my decor. So I'm kind of wanting to get rid of it. I picked it up at a yard sale and I was like, I can make it work, but it really just, it bothers me so much because it's more like a 50s style rather than like a Wind Calls the Heart style, you know, like that old colonial, or, you know, super primitive style. So I'm just going to make one. Why not? I've got everything I need. A Dollar Tree, except for the paint. The paint did come from Walmart, but just gonna do this. The paint, well, yeah, the paint came from Walmart, and then the label came from the interwebs, the good old interwebs. I don't really need to worry about the top and the bottom because they're going to be glued down. Let's see. Good morning, Jessica. How are you? Everyone's doing well this morning. It is cold here, so cold. My husband had to leave for work at like 4 o'clock this morning. He was up at 4. He was gone by like 4:15. And I kept thinking he was still here because I was hearing noises outside. I was like, what on God's green earth is he doing out there? My goodness, he's being so noisy. And then I realized he was gone. Like he had been gone because I looked at his location on my app and he was gone. So I got up and I looked outside and I guess it was just blowing so hard and the door to my garage was open. Like, I don't know what happened out there last night because like the lights were on in my garage. All the bay doors were open. But it was just left open all night, I guess. It doesn't really matter. We live out in the boonies. But the wind was blowing my door and it was just whacking the inside of my garage. And so it sounded like somebody was out there doing stuff, but it was just the wind. Yes, North Texas. Oh my goodness, I can imagine. How cold are y'all over there? I don't even know, like I didn't check the weather this morning, but I know we've been like in the 30s and 40s. Yesterday morning when I got up at this time, we were like in the feels like was in the teens, and I was like, holy pickles. We are on the Gulf. That does not happen here. But apparently it does. Now it does. I don't know. So now I'm just going to paint my little top here. Just buzzing right along. 10 minutes in, almost done painting. Woohoo! It means I'll get to take my time doing all the little embellishments and stuff on it and antiquing it and everything. 29. Yikes. Yikes. That's blistering cold, right? Do you say blistering when it's cold? Or is that just for heat? I don't know. I get my my like idioms and commonly used sayings, that kind of stuff. I get them mixed up. And so I never used to, but my husband does it. And so now I do it. And it's pretty hilarious. It's one of those things that I just like, I love about him. Like when he does it, I don't correct him because I like it. It's cute. And I guess one of his coworkers corrected him one time. And he was like, did you know? I was like, yes, I knew. Why did that stink face correct you? It's cute. I like it. Just one of those endearing qualities about my husband. I'm doing the inside of this. I'm not really sure if I want to do the label on the outside, like on the back side, or on the inside of this. We're going to see where it looks best. So I'm just preparing for both contingencies, and we will decide on the fly. That's how I roll. It's on the fly. I fly by the seat of my pants. Yep. Except for with this. I've been wanting to do this craft for quite a while, so I'm pretty excited to be able to do this today. And then there's like a whole variety of things that you could use at Dollar Tree to make this happen. I'm doing it on the smaller scale today, but you could use, like, if you wanted to do a really big one, you could use like one of their cake pans for the front, and then like one of their little baking dishes for the bottom. And I've seen people use their like plastic the storage, like the cereal storage things, or rice or flour or whatever. You put that on there, and then you've got that cake tin on the front, and then you just use like a plate for the top. Super cute, very pretty, and it's a good size. So that's, but we're doing it on a smaller scale. I will likely do another one because I like scales. I think they're really cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna set that there. I'm not gonna wash it yet, but I am going to wipe my hands with some of these wipies. So, but yes, so this this scale up here, that one right there, it's been bothering me. It doesn't match, it doesn't fit there. I had it in my kitchen for a while, but it's just very like out of place in my home because it's not my style. If I did more of like the 50s sock hop kind of, you know, vintage with like the, you know, they've got like the metal signs and the pinup girls and just like all that kind of stuff, it would definitely fit. That's more that era. That's not the era that I've got going in my house though. So I do have a friend who styles her home in that way. So I'm gonna probably reach out to her and see if she wants it, because I hate to just like have it fall into the depths of secondhand thrift stores and people not know, you know, how cool it is or whatever, because it is a cool piece. It's very cool, but she's just not meant for me. So, and I think that my little pieces that I make for like my coffee beans, my little coffee bean bowl up here, my stoneware bowl, and my crocks and stuff, this will fit much better with that. Good morning, Miss Diana. My peaches, how you doing? Oh, morning, Mandy. How are you? So glad y'all are here with me today. So if you're just joining, today I am making a vintage scale, like the kind from like the colonial era, more like the enamel looking stuff. And I'm using all of my items are from the Dollar Tree. So this is 4 things, so $5 there. Hopefully I don't make my camera shake too hard. But yeah, so let's see, then this will be our top. Okay, this is how it's going to come together. This will be our top, and then I don't know if I want to put it like that. It's kind of crooked, like that, or like that, with the label on the inside, on the back. I don't know. I'll cut it out, and then we'll have a look. We'll take a gander and make our decision. Okay, So I'm going to do the water method and actually not cut it out, but instead I'm going to tear it so that it doesn't have a real hard line. And I got this label off of just Google. I just Googled vintage scale face, and there's a ton of them. And this one, I just saved the image. I do think I put it in a background remover though, so that I could have like a clean background and not like waste ink unnecessarily. I just wanted the face itself, not the background, which the background was white, but when you save the image and then you put it in like your Word document or your Pages document or whatever, it'll still kind of print the white background. It just makes it like an off-white. And I just try to be real thrifty, real frugal with my ink. All right, come here. Okay, so that's what it looks like right now. I'm just gonna pull off those white edges. I don't wanna leave anything on there. And it's okay if the ink runs a little bit because we're going to grunge it up. We've got our instant coffee and all of the things, all of our tools that we use to do our decorating. I'm very focused on getting this off clearly because my brain isn't connecting to my mouth at the moment. Okay. Come off. Okay, here's my water. Sometimes this dries pretty quick, so I just go back with my paintbrush and some water and dampen those little edges that I don't want on there. Okay. One good sized piece here that I don't really want. Okay. And I could sit here all day and just like hyper focus and pick off all the little pieces, but that's good enough, right? Like we can get as OCD as we want with it, but for today, we won't. Okay. So that's what it looks like on the inside. I think that looks pretty cool. If I had a piece of plastic to put over that, that would be even cooler. See, I do have like a plastic plate, but it's kind of cloudy. But also those vintage scale faces are kind of cloudy. So we'll see. We'll see. I think that that would look super cool though, to do that. And I don't even have to, look, I've got scissors. Do I have a pen or a pencil or something? Can somebody hand me a marker, please? From the junk drawer. We have a junk drawer and it's got the Sharpies always, and that is what I'm going to need for this. We've got so much going on this morning. Horses needing fed. The horses always need fed. And the chickens and the ducks and the dogs. The dogs complicate our lives. Thank you so much. And because I guess our dogs enjoy special types of food because they really enjoy my ducks. Okay, we've already lost 3 ducks to our dogs. That was one occurrence though. We are doing our best to keep our dogs separated from our ducks. So as soon as we can afford it, I will be getting like some electric, it's like a skirt. It's like an electric skirting that I can put on the outside of the fence to keep the dogs out. And once we put that up, that'll be fine. Like, we'll be able to let the dogs out with our ducks being out also. All right. See how that looks. I made it to where it's gonna go right in there, but probably should have done that. I guess it really doesn't matter because I am gonna go in here with some Mod Podge and some, let me glue this in place so I know that it'll stay put. We're just moving right along with this project. Okay, I'm gonna go around this best I can. I don't really want it to sit all the way down in there. I want it to kind of bubble out, so hopefully that will happen with all this glue. And I've got a cat attacking my clothing right now. It's always fun while you're hot gluing. So last night I was working on a bunch of table runners, just those paper table runners that I make. And I dropped my hot glue gun. Okay. I dropped my hot glue gun, and the hot part automatically went for my leg. Just automatically went for my leg. It was an assassin. It was an attempted assassination of my leg. Okay. This is very messy. I'm not really liking that. Okay. Not liking that. Okay. I'm gonna leave that off for now. And we'll try again in a minute. Because I do actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to grunge that up in there some with some grunginess and some coffee and things. Okay, I'm just not gonna worry about this. As I continue to pull off the hot glue, I'm not gonna worry about it anymore. Okay, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Everything's fine. Nobody panic. Oh goodness. All right, so I'm gonna just remove that for a second. And I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. Hopefully it will stay put. I don't want it directly in the center. I want it kind of more forward so that this can just kind of lean on there, because the fronts of your scale, the front of the scale is usually kind of tilted back, but it's all the way to the front. So I'm just gonna keep that on there. Okay. Let me go ahead and hot glue this on. I'm hot gluing this on because, let me make sure this goes on here pretty good. Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and hot glue this on because I want to make sure it's gonna stay first off. So this is all an experiment. I've never done this before. Y'all are coming along with me as I experiment in this world. See, and this one of these. That hot glue is just, I left my hot glue gun on all night. So when I got done with what I was doing last night, making the runners for the party on Sunday. I was done because I ran out of what I needed. My printer wouldn't work to make more. And I was just done. You know, when you're just done, you're like, okay, we're going to try again tomorrow. And so that's the kind of done that I was. So I just like went to bed. Sometimes you just have to go to bed. And so I did. And that was a great idea because I needed to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning. I still have several things that I need to tend to before I head to the church today. And yeah. So, all right, we're cooking with fire here. I'm just pulling off some of the hot glue that put this on. Just trying to go over the edge there. Don't want that. Okay. And it's the same either way, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to set that right there. Make sure it's centered. That paint's still just a tiny bit wet. Okay, this is looking so cool. You could even stop right there and be like, ta-da! But we still have 15 minutes. Good morning, Tina Marie. Good morning, Shara. Okay, all Dollar Tree items, and this is what it's looking like so far. We've got our base. We've got our lid from our little cardboard box. We've got our candle holder base, and then we've got just a little square box from Dollar Tree, okay? $5. That's all it cost me to make this as far as these supplies. Then I just painted it all with the Waverly chalk paint from Walmart. And then this label on Google Images. It was free. I just downloaded it and printed it off, and that, like, seriously, so cute. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use my mixture of coffee grunge with Mod Podge, my coffee podge. And I'm gonna go in here and I'm going to kind of dab with my paintbrush. Let me see if I can kind of turn this to where y'all can see what I'm doing. Let's see here. I'm just going to go around the edges because the enamel stuff, like if you get it now, a lot of times it'll have like rusty edges, and the papers, if it had paper in it, it'll be discolored. And so those paper faces are usually pretty yellow at this point in life. And I'm using my coffee coffee podge, whatever it's called. I can't remember what Tracy calls these things. Coffee podge. Yeah, because it's Mod Podge, so coffee podge. I like to do that because it gives it kind of a glaze with the podge in there. So, and you could use just like paint, like an off-white paint, or a mix with like a brown or something, you know, just to get whatever color you're wanting, a light brown or something, and kind of just like dab it in the areas that you want. And I don't have my blow dryer hooked up, but that's okay. We're just going to let that dry for a minute, but I do need my instant coffee. Let me grab it right quick. It's just right here off to the side. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, brand new. I've used so much instant coffee the past couple of days. I made an entire gallon of it for making the table runners, and I ended up having to make more last night because we had gone through most of it and we were just down to like the gritty ends where it was just like the cinnamon, and it was just like getting real grainy. So I'm gonna use one of these plates. One of these plates for some of my Mod Podge. It's my lid. Trying to be good and keep the lid on it so I don't forget again. Okay. And I'm going to, here's what I'm going to do. Okay. Turn this towards you. I'm going to go in there and just make like a little clump, okay? Then I'm going to dab my coffee, and I'm just going to try to get it to stick in there. Might have to use a little, let me get a clean one. And this is going to actually dissolve in the Mod Podge. The instant coffee will dissolve in there. And you'll just end up with like where it looks like something dripped and stayed and looking really cool like that. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, I can't see. I'm gonna have to look for a minute. Granddaughter said, no, you need to make that thing. It's pretty. Oh, good. I hope you do. If you do, send me a picture. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. Yes, and it's so inexpensive. She could make one too. And then in the top, you know, you could put flowers and different things and just change it up for every season. Just to, you know, keep things cute. Keeping it cute around here. That's what we're trying to do. When my kids were little, I didn't do very much decorating because I didn't have time, and the little hands were exploring a lot, right? Little hands explore a lot, and so I didn't get to really do this kind of stuff because my kids would destroy it. Basically, they would seek and destroy. Their intentions weren't to destroy, but they don't know how to they didn't know how to handle things. And now, you know, we've got adult children, and my youngest is 9, and so now I get to play. Like, these are the exciting parts of life, right? It's everything has the sweet parts of the season, and so I am taking full advantage of the sweet parts of this season, because when you have adult children, life is very bittersweet, right? As you just remember their little hands and their little noses and their little toes. So cute. My son's a man, a full-grown man, like full-grown man job, and he's just out there doing his full-grown man thing, you know. Got lots of cool stuff going on at work that he's been telling us about and everything. It's just so sweet. So sweet. So anyways, if you make this, please send me a picture. I'd love to see that y'all are trying the things that I'm doing. That just makes my heart so happy. She loves to craft with you. Oh, that's so sweet. Yes, girls are so great for crafting. How old is she? My girls love to craft. So, last week while I was sitting here crafting, they were behind the camera making their Valentine's Day boxes. And so my 14-year-old made a giant cactus. And then my 9-year-old made like a Polaroid camera with, it said Insta, you know, like the modern day Polaroid camera. So cute. She's 7. Oh, that's such a great age. They love to craft. They're so responsible, right? They're a lot more responsible at 7. You can do all the things and they don't try to eat it. Oh, yes. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, full-time nannying. I'm sure that blesses your heart too, to be able to have that with her, make all these memories and everything. Okay, where's my thing? I'm gonna go ahead and clean my brush. So I'm going to get some of my black chalk paint, wherever it may be. Give it a little shakerooski there. Okay. I'm just going to, my goodness, get the cat, please, get the cat. He's gonna destroy the runners. Okay, and I'm just going to do the little things, you know, on the enamel, there will be like little black marks. The enamelware, there's usually black marks all over. So my cat over here is just so rambunctious. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just giving it little bits of antiquing with the black. Some on the corner. That look cool. And I like to do a good amount, things like that, because when it's too subtle, you don't really see it from like way up here on the shelf. So I don't want it to be too subtle. I am gonna do some on the back. Just because why not? Why not? And if I ever move it out to like another area of my living room, some people might see the back and the sides. So I'm just gonna go all the way around and give it some little marks. Some marks up here. So, and they don't all have to be like thin lines. You can do some chunky circles, some, you know, some little like cross-looking things. You just want it to look, you know, very non-uniform. Just make it how you're gonna enjoy it. It really helps if you make sound effects while you do it. Very important for the artistic. Thank you. Thank you. I'm loving how it's turning out. Yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a while. because these things, if you buy a vintage scale, like from an antique store, like you're looking, and just depending on the size, anywhere from like $40 up into the hundreds. And we have a very small budget for things like decor and things because my girls are in 4-H, okay? And if you know anything about 4-H, they have so many opportunities for them to do so many different projects. And, you know, you don't have to spend a lot of money, but we usually do end up spending quite a bit of money. So it started out where they were just doing robotics, and then my oldest daughter graduated, and then my youngest came up into like the 4-H age range, and she has completely different interests. Like, she would do robotics, but she's more of like food and fashion. And so she's, you know, doing food challenge, she's doing fashion shows and fashion storyboard and like all this different stuff. And then in the midst of all of that, my middle daughter is like, you know, I really want to do, start showing cows. And so back in October, she did the calf scramble at our county fair, and she got a sponsor. And so now we're getting a cow, and we have our horses and everything. And so it's just like, we're just having all the fun, but things add up. And so because I would rather give them, you know, those experiences. Right now, my budget on crafting and all that, it's on the lower end, but that's okay, because if you're creative enough, you can do stuff just like that. And I just used my little makeup brush and some ink from Dollar Tree. I didn't even use like the fancy like oxide inks. I just used regular ink. Regular ink will do it. And I'm just kind of dabbing them. And there we go. That's it. hope you guys like it. I hope you guys try it. That's all the time that I have for today. And yeah, so if you guys make this, please let me know. Please send me a picture. I'd love to see it. I hope you guys have a great day. And if you guys loved it, please share this video. Please share this video with your friends. All right. Thank you for homemaking a homemade home with me today. Bye, y'all.